Good morning, Sean. Am I on? Hello, good morning. Let me know that y'all can hear me okay. Hello. Hi, Eco Neighbor. How are you? Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the GD Naturals Homestead channel. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope that you all had a wonderful week. I have been really fiending for some family time, for just having some people around. And good morning. Hi, Cheryl Williams. How you doing? Be Rich. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Thank you for the super chat. I always appreciate you. Um, but I wanted to come on. Listen today, y'all. I'm gonna be hanging out with Bay today, so I ain't gonna be able to hang out with y'all too long because I'm gonna be hanging with Bay. So I wanted to come in this morning and just have a chat with y'all. Just holistic homestead. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I wanted to just come in real quick and just have a chat with you guys because we are on this homesteading journey. We are on our RV journey. We got these 20 acres. We have a whole lot going on. For those who do not know, when we started this homesteading journey, I was at home. I was here all the time. I was able to do all of the wife stuff that my husband wants done. I was free, I was able to travel with him for work. I was able to do so much stuff. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I loved being in that role. That has been my role for quite some time, wife and mom. And yes, I loved it. I loved it. But now I've gone back to work. And I went back to work full time because I was like, hey, if I'm going to go back to work, I'm going to go back to work. Right. Good morning. How you doing? Kingdom Thoughts with you, Yolanda M. Barfield. How are you doing? Good to see you. Grand Acres, shalom, sis. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. But, I decided that I was going to go back to work for a while, and just make sure that I have some things in place, um, for for myself as a woman, as an individual, but also to help with some things on the homestead. As y'all know, this journey is because, let me give this disclaimer. We always talk about the amount of money that is going to cost to do things, and the amount of money that we are having to expend for our homesteading journey is not going to be equal to the amount of money that you have to expend for your homesteading journey, right? Because we decided that initially, thank you, Cheryl Williams. Initially, we decided that we were going to be looking for anywhere between like 5 acres and 10 acres, right? And so we did that. We were looking and we ran into a couple of issues. Now this is all after the house situation, after the land fell through when we were supposed to do the dual closing. This is all after that. So we decided that we were going to be looking for 5 and 10 acres, and we found some. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Nobody's around to take your attention away. Listen, these puppies, they jealous of each other. They constantly fighting, and they one of them is down here getting some love and peace right now because they can't, when they're together, if I'm trying to rub on one of them and give one of them some love, the other one is going to come and jump on top of the one that's getting the love. Okay. So it's just down here soaking up the love right now while the other brother is gone out seeking eco neighbor out. But anyway, we found a couple of properties that were what we were looking for, and then we ran into all types of issues with different realtors with different personalities. um, some of them were gatekeepers, so we ran into that. We ran into a property that turned out to actually be very, very wet. We ran into two of those actually, that turned out to be very, very wet. And so we didn't want to, we didn't, we had a issue for the second one on how we could have channeled the water because this property had a stream at the back of it. So we could have channeled the water on that particular property. But one day it was raining, had been raining for probably a good week. And we went out to the property because we wanted to look. Luckily, my sister and her husband wanted to go and look at the property because we were getting closer to closing. So they wanted to go out there and look at the property. And then when we got out there, being that it had been raining for so many days, we had to drive through just standing water. And the top of my car, the water was literally to the top of my car. I'm surprised it didn't mess up my car. But they were in a truck, and so they went on through, and then Eco got in my car because I was scared to drive it through there. So he went and he drove it through the water, and then I drove it back through. And I was just like, oh my God, like what did we get into? And this is one reason why I tell you all, hi Brampton Gardner, how are you doing? That's one reason I tell you all to, if you have an opportunity, make sure that you see the property in different type of situations. Um, Hi Judy, this is awkward. Being lazy, drinking coffee on the couch. Yeah, 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 yeah. I get it. I get it, Brampton Gardner. It's Saturday, and I'm sure you deserve it. I'm sure you deserve to be drinking your coffee, being lazy on the couch. And so that's just the introduction to what I mean by you can't really be lazy. Not what Brampton Gardner said, but the story that I just told you guys. Because even before we did the closing, even before we got to the closing, we were already running into okay, what are we going to do about this situation? What are we going to do about this water? And we had to come up with a plan. Luckily, my sister's husband, has been working in construction for the last 20 something years, and he knew what we could do in order to channel the water. So him and Eco put heads together, came up with a plan, and was like, okay, it's not going to be a problem. And so that's what I mean by that. That's one of the things that I mean by you can't just be lazy when it comes to doing this thing. You can't be lazy when it comes to homesteading. Right here, an everyday job that we have to do. And if we don't do, you're going to run into some issues. Go get your eggs. Get your eggs every day. But look at this. But look at how magnificent this is. This is what you can have every single day. Hi, Sherry. Good morning. It's a beautiful morning here. I feel like what's happening? Oh gosh, eco neighbor and the dogs. But this is a job. This is a job. Everything on the homestead is work. Everything is a job. Okay. Um, Hello. Where to begin homestead? Hello. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. But look at the benefit. Look, you good, babe? Okay, but you're gonna get this benefit if you go out to your chicken coop every day and you get your eggs. Save your cartons. Save your cartons. You got eggs in the incubator? Come on, Chime Mouse Farms. How you doing? That is wonderful. That is fantastic. And so you have to get up and you have to move. I'm tired today. I was tired all week because I don't know why I was extra tired this week, but this week I was just tired. I didn't get oh, we have dogs now. That's what it was. I didn't get the amount of sleep that I needed in order to be able to go. Again, more work. Hey, Jihad, how you doing? More work. Dogs on the homestead now. Things need to be harvested. It's what we've been doing outside of work. That's what we've been doing. Oh, I lost one. We've been harvesting tomatoes. We've been eating these tomatoes. You learn with Robert. How are you doing, sir? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Oh yeah. What shenanigans? Other puppies though. Yeah, the puppies are they are energetic. It is children. It's having children, little children again, which no. Just no. But here, look at that. That's homegrown right there, y'all. That's homegrown. Look how imperfectly perfect they are. One of the things that a lot of a lot of people I think on when they are growing in their backyard, they really expect burn the bras. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, that was killing me over there. Sorry, y'all. TMI, I know. But one of the things, hold on. Let me get straight. Let me get situated. But we had one of the things that people are so confused about. We go into the stores and they have conditioned us to want perfect fruit. They want it to look absolutely perfect. Now these are still just a tiny bit underripe, but look at you see the imperfections in them. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. But the big companies have conditioned us to want fruit that looks absolutely perfect with no blemishes. They don't want us to think that fruit is supposed to have any blemishes or any such thing. Sometimes they come out a little weird, sometimes they come out a little misshapen. But guess what? I used to always hear Homestead Heart say that what did she say? Her mom or her grandma used to say, just cut that part off. Just cut that part off. And literally, that's what you have to do. When you have homegrown stuff that you are not growing super, super fast and that you are not putting all of those chemicals on them to keep all of the bugs away. They don't want any bugs at all on the fruit because they have to sell this stuff in mass quantities, right? But y'all, it's still good. It's still good fruit to eat. It is still perfect. No matter what type of imperfections that you see on the fruit, it is still perfect the way that it grows. And so when you get to the point where you're growing your own stuff, hi Jerry, how you doing? Good to see you. It's all good. We're not perfect. Why would you expect food to be? Yeah, they have conditioned us. They've conditioned us to think that everything is supposed to be so perfect. Imperfections is the true meaning of organic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Grand Acres. The true meaning Nice big tomatoes. Yes, there's so much work. I can't imagine two Dexters more than enough. Yeah, he's so much better this year. Yeah, he's a year older. So those joints don't feel the same when you're getting older in dog years. So I'm sure he's a little more calm this year. But yeah, they have conditioned us to think that everything is supposed to be so perfect. It's supposed to not have a spot blemish. It's not supposed to have any stretch marks. It's not supposed to have any of that stuff. And we have bought into it. We have bought into that. On the internet, we have bought into it. Before the internet, see, I remember life before the internet. I remember life before then. And I remember my mom's garden growing up. And I remember the gardens that our neighbors had growing up. There's this one in the house where I grew up. It just happens to be directly across the street from Eco Neighbor's mom. And so there was a house that was behind us that that lady and her husband always had a garden as well. And I rode by there going to Eco Neighbor's mom's house not too long ago. And guess what? Still have the garden. That's been 30 something years. They still have their garden. And guess what? Their garden didn't look perfect, but guess what they were out there doing? I saw some of the younger people out there harvesting their stuff, harvesting their collards. They were notorious for having tree collards. They were notorious for having different things that you could go out there, and sometimes they would even allow you to pick some of the things. We would always be back there in that backyard, and we had blackberries all over the place. And so those are some of the things that I remember from childhood, and nothing was perfect like it is now, seemingly, right? It's almost like, and we have that same mentality when it comes to people, you know. We think that people are just going to be perfect, and that is just not reality. I was looking at the internet brings some things to light, and I was looking at this one guy who lost his girlfriend or mother of his kids or whatever she was to him, to plastic surgery. And I looked at, I I don't follow this guy or any of that, but when everybody was talking about, oh, she died, she died, she died, and I'm like, okay, who is this? And I looked up, who is this person? And the internet, y'all know Black Twitter be on it. So they pulled up a lot of his videos from the past on podcasts and things like that. And the way that this man was talking about women in general, you know, about the imperfection of real women who don't live in that limelight to where they feel like they need to be perfect. And I couldn't help but to say to myself, Boss Hog, how are you doing? Good to see you. I couldn't help but to say to myself, now if that's how he really felt, if that's how, I wonder if he was talking to her that same way. I wonder if he was saying to her that you're not good enough the way that you are. You're not perfect, and I need you to look this way. I need you to look like people in our surroundings. And it hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings a little bit because it made me feel like, dang, did this young woman go to do this because of Maybe she felt bullied. Maybe she had stretch marks. Maybe she had some imperfections. Maybe her booty wasn't round enough. And now she doesn't have an opportunity to just be a woman, to just exist, to just be at peace in life. But that's neither here nor there. Those not our problems, but it speaks to the mindset of us. How you doing, unicorn lady? When nothing is perfect anyway. Nothing is supposed to be perfect. Go in the store and they've done all of that extra stuff. They've put all of those chemicals all over stuff. They've kept all the bugs away. They've done everything. They've done everything to say that if you come out looking like this, we're going to throw you away. You're going to go in the reject pile if you look like this. You're not good enough if you look like this. Don't be like that in your garden. Make sure, look how it's shaped. It's shaped how it's shaped. Came off of the same bush, same tree, same parent, same parent. Don't be like that. Make sure you eating this stuff. You need to cut a little something off of it because something went wrong on it. Cut it off. Cut that part off. Cut that part off and keep on going. I got all off track. But let's go back to you just can't be lazy. This has to be done every day. You can go out one morning and stuff is looking like this, it's looking green, and then the next afternoon is nicely blushed. So you got to be ready. You have to be always ready to do the work of homesteading. And when you sit out, you take your time and you just sit here and you listen to this, you listen to those birds. Yeah, you're going to get the grasshoppers too. You're going to get the locusts too. But the good with the bad, when you learn how to take the good with the bad, it's going to be so much better. You have to be out there. You have to be getting your stuff. It's like being a parent. No choice. Even my daughter has gotten okay with cut that part off. Brownton Garden, you a mess. Hey, October Opal, how you doing? Um, ooh, wait, I saw something about 93. My 93-year-old great aunt, Steel Gardens. Yes, yes. We have so much to do. We have so many things that we can really be doing on a daily basis. But Eco Neighbor, he's watching. He sees you. He sees you, Brownton Gardner. We have so many things that we have to do on a daily basis. So just because I go to work, guess what? Nothing else, nothing else can lack just because I go to work. Yeah, some things might lack a little bit, but for the most part, you still got to be on your P's and Q's. You still got to make sure that everything gets done. You still got to make sure those dogs get fed. You got to make sure those chickens get fed, whatever animals that you have, you still got to make sure that they get fed every day. You got to make sure that those dogs get played with. You got to make sure that, whatever else around the homestead, the harvesting, you don't want your stuff just going bad on the vine. If you're growing something like cucumbers, which is why I did not grow cucumbers so far. I still may try, but it's so hot right now. I don't know if they will even grow. But something like cucumbers, like they will grow 3 inches in a day. A snake just rolled up on me and the pups. Okay. Okay. Well, you sitting still. You okay? Thumbs up. You need me to come over there? I mean, I got my thing. I could throw it. I could toss it to you. But you good, Eco Neighbor? We good? Okay. All right. Good. 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 So, um, there's always something that has to be done out here. There's always something that needs to be done. And if you put effort into it, you're going to get these wonderful benefits. You're going to get these wonderful benefits. There is nothing like homegrown food. There is just nothing like it. I told y'all I was sitting up there just eating a tomato like it was an apple, and my family looking at me like, "What you doing?" But there's just nothing like it. It's almost like you feel like you feel like it's just touching you on a cellular level when you are eating the fresh food that grows out of your garden. There's nothing better. We've been putting tomatoes on the grill. Um, One of my sugar baby watermelons was not exactly round, but it was so sweet. See there, eat it anyway. Sherry said I had to reprogram myself once I started growing, learning something new every day. Exactly, Sherry. When go away. When you start to see how things really look when they grow, especially, if you're not growing things really, really quickly, the same way that these companies do. Let me adjust a little bit. This thing is going to the side more and more as I sit here. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just I need to get a new I need to get a different tripod because this just ain't it. And I'm trying to figure out how to make it. Anyway, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with that. Anyway, and so when you're out there, you have the cucumbers. You got to get those babies every day. Once they start growing, you better get them every day. But yes, we do have to reprogram ourselves and what we think and what we believe, because once you start to grow your own, once you start to get into understanding that nothing is perfect, you're going to benefit so much from that. You're going to have so much more peace. Gardening shouldn't be stressful to anybody. It shouldn't be stressful. Yeah, we have pest issues sometimes, but just gardening being stressful, it shouldn't be stressful to you. This should be our place of solitude. This should be our place where we can come and we don't have to worry so much about all of the things that the big farmers have to worry about. We should be out here embracing what nature has for us, embracing what nature offers us. And if you can't do that, find something better. Find something else that stresses you less. Thank you. Find something that stresses you less. This should be the one place where you don't have to be stressed. This should be the one place in the garden. Go ahead and get what you need for your family. Another thing about you can't be lazy, you got to figure out what to do with this. Once you get all this stuff, what now? What now? What are you going to do with all of this? Eat it? Are you eating it? Are you just letting it go bad? Are you waiting on somebody who said they were coming to get something and they never showed up? Or are you harvesting, cleaning it up, and canning it? These tomatoes can go on your dehydrator. I just pulled my dehydrator out yesterday. And y'all know we live off grid. However, I just pulled that dehydrator out, and I'm gonna have to have something that can run that dehydrator, because if I can get some of these tomatoes dried, which I did some before when we were in the house, but we had electricity at that point. My dehydrator could just go all day and all night and didn't have to worry about it. But what do you do now? I ain't speaking to you, eco neighbor. I want you watching for snakes. Eco neighbor is a G. He ain't worried about it. He ain't worried about it. That trigger finger is mean. He wanted that snake gone. It would have been gone. Gardening brings a lot of peace within, brings me great joy, brings me tremendous joy. That's why when we were over, do y'all remember when we were over at the RV park? We were living at the RV park for a few months. And I was just like, man, I cannot be out here every day and I'm not gardening. And so I started my container gardening. Excuse me, y'all. Let me drink a little bit. I started my container gardening because I couldn't just be out there. And so people would walk by and they would just be like, wow. Because we literally went and got our plants were at a friend's house. So I told Eco Neighbor, I was like, look, I have to get my plants. I have to go and get my stuff. So I brought in fruit trees. I brought in palms. I went and bought new palms to kind of give us a little privacy screen a little bit over there. And then I started growing my tomatoes and my peppers, because it just brings me that much joy that I was not about to sit over there every day and then I'm just doing what everybody else is doing. Watching other people, talking about other people. Like, I don't care about that. I don't care about what the neighbors got going on. Now Eco Neighbor used to get a lot of tea over there. He used to have the neighborhood tea because he would sit outside. He would sit outside in the truck. Okay, that's better, I think. He would sit outside in the truck and he would just watch the neighbors going, interacting with each other, going back and forth. And the little couple that was like sneaky linking, Eco Neighbor had all the tea. So he would come to the door and he would bring me all the tea about what was going on in the RV neighborhood. But I couldn't just sit there and not do anything. So I started my tomatoes and my peppers, and I got videos from when we were over there that I uploaded about growing the tomatoes and the peppers and different tips and tricks and all types of things, like to help out those who wanted the help. But my work still had to continue. What I was doing had to still continue. My videos still had to continue. All of this, if you love it, if you love it, Eco Never said there was a lot of tiptoeing. There was a lot of tiptoeing going on in the RV park. So it was exciting in that type of way because he was always bringing some tea. But to me, like, I don't care about that. What I care about is having some fresh fruit and vegetables. Robert you learn said, can it. Yes. Get canning. Break those canners out. There was a lot of people in 2020, 2021, 2022 that were learning how to garden and can, but there are a lot of people were like, okay, man, I did really, really good. I didn't think I was going to do this good as a beginner gardener. Now I got all of this stuff. What the heck do I do with all of this stuff? What do I do with it? Oh, come on, Kingdom Thoughts. Make some tomato powder. One of the things I just put in the ground the other day is more pepper seeds, because I want more sweet peppers and more different types of tomatoes, paste tomatoes, because I want to be able to make those things that my family can have. Like, we love chips and salsa. So guess who's gonna be making salsa this year? Mm-hmm. We're gonna be canning up some salsa. Hi, hello. How you doing? Whole new perspective. Hello, how are you doing? Rosetta Trammell, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. But yes, make some tomato powder. Make Get you some paste tomatoes. Grow those tomatoes. Can those tomatoes. Get you some different varieties. Can up those tomatoes. Make sure that you have some things that your family can easily go through. If you like spaghetti, go ahead and can up those tomatoes. Make some tomato sauce. Make it homemade. When we go to different restaurants, we like we like those restaurants where we get real food. um, we don't want the assembly line stuff. We like the restaurants where we get the real food. When we went to one time, me and Eco Neighbor, we was just so random, like in what we did. But I think that's a part of fun. That's a part of enjoyment of your life. We bought a car on eBay, and the car was located outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And so we decided that we were going to hop a flight and we were going to pick the car up. And so we did. And so we got the kids situated with the grandparents, and we went and took a flight to go to Philadelphia. So while we were up there, hi, little bit. Hi, hello. Y'all been good? Y'all been good? Hey, they being so good this morning. Well, Eco Neighbor may say otherwise, but Shay did. We've been good with Gigi. We've been good with Mama Gigi today. Yes, we have. But we hopped that flight. We took a train and went to where the vehicle was located, and then we got the vehicle. We drove it back home, and we just took a couple of days. We took our time. We took a couple of days. We stayed at a couple of hotels, and then we drove it all the way back home. It's the simple things. It's the simple things like that that are just. This was before all of the travel restrictions and all of this stuff. Yes, I'm spending another weekend jarring it up. There you go. Now is go time for preserving. French tomato fresh on toast with mayo, seasoned with ground pepper. Yum. Listen, a fresh tomato sandwich, sis. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's just something about a fresh tomato sandwich. And everybody was coming to my video saying, fried green tomatoes. When I first showed the tomatoes, before the tomatoes got really ripe, got to the point where they were blushing so that I could actually pull them out. Everybody was like, fried green tomatoes. So it's endless. It's endless what you can do with these tomatoes. And you can make the best meals. I was talking about the paste tomatoes. I planted the paste tomatoes, and I'm going to be taking those and I'm going to be canning them up. I'm going to be having some shelf stable tomato paste. When you go into the store, who has been in the store to buy just tomatoes recently? Let's not even talk about the milk. We don't drink cow's milk anyway. We have not for this year makes 20 years that we have not drank cow's milk. But if you like your almond milk, guess what? You can make that yourself too. You can do all types of things and make things wonderful for your family. Make things without all of the preservatives and all of the chemicals that are harmful to us. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and she was like, she was having some issues with her little child. And I was listening to her, and I said, get the sugar out. Get the chemicals out. You won't have the same issues with your child. If you get the chemicals out, give the child fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, get the chemicals out. The store tomatoes don't have any flavor at all. When I tell you none, if we can get one of the things that we're doing with my baby bee, because y'all know I'm a honeybee now, okay? So one of the things that we're doing with our baby bee is we're making sure that she gets fresh fruit and vegetables. Because if she can get the fresh fruit and vegetables as a baby, that'll get her accustomed to having those things as she gets older. They're not there, and there's some stuff that they're not going to like, but try, at least try, instead of running to the G brand where they think it's okay, guys, to put in things like a little bit of arsenic as a preservative. And they put this in baby products. They put this in baby foods in order to preserve. And this is what we're feeding our babies. We are paying them to kill us. That's what we're doing. We're paying them to kill us. The last time I went and looked at tomatoes, I was like, well, dang. I was like, I wanted this tomato so bad. It was beautiful. It was big, beautiful tomato. Hi, diversity love. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you. Thank you. Our grandson is 2, and he will take broccoli over a sugar sucker. See there? But you have to start that when they're little. You have to get them, just like they're conditioning us. We have to condition our family to understand that this is perfection. This is what perfect looks like, because guess what? It's not loaded down with chemicals. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying my best this morning to not get washed out by the sun. But we have to condition our people. Hi Naj, how you doing? Good to see you. Good morning, good morning. It's all good. You're never late. You're never late when you come over here. The package my husband brought home was from Canada. Oh, yes. Let's talk about Canada. There's a video that is floating around. So true, Gigi. All these chemicals in the food causing all kinds of health problems. Yes, yes. So let's talk about that real quick, Crystal. So there's a video that's floating around. I know a lot of y'all, if you're on social media, you probably already saw this video. Hi, Lisa Williams. How you doing, sis? There's a video floating around where this lady who was a Canadian national, she's doing this video and she says, let me show you the difference. I live in America now, but let me show you the difference in our ketchup in America versus our ketchup back in Canada. And so I was immediately thinking about Brampton Gardner, and I'm thinking about Urban Gardening Chronicles. I'm like, these are people living in Canada, and they're getting the great benefits. They're getting all of these benefits of not having all of the chemicals that the US allow in our food, but they still growing food. They're still growing food. So this video that this lady was talking about, she was comparing ketchup side by side. And she was like, look at all of the ingredients, all of the unnatural chemicals that are in the US company ketchup, same company, same exact company, except one ketchup was made for Canadians, one was made for Americans. And the one that was made for Americans is loaded with chemicals. Canada doesn't even allow it. So why is America? Have you asked yourself that? Why would America still allow all of these chemicals that have been banned, that have been proven harmful, carcinogens, etc. Ain't it planned? Ain't it planned? Because guess what? They got to keep us sick in order to keep this capitalist system going. If they can keep you sick, then guess what? They can control you. If they can control your food, if they can control your water, they can control everything about you. Have you thought about it? Have y'all really thought about it? If Eco Nation has all of the food, if Eco Nation has all of the food and nobody else has food, and we got a fortress, you can't get in, there are armed guards. When you come to the entrance and you're like, you have food, we need food. And Eco Nation is like, what you willing to give up for this food? What you willing to give up for this tomato? This is what the government is eventually going to do to us as citizens. Why do you think all of the seedless stuff is coming up? Are y'all saving your seeds? Why do you think all of the seedless stuff is happening right now? Hey, Nicole grows 16 months in this thing. Thank you, sis. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. That's why I decided to grow all my food. It's a long journey, but I'll get there. And that's what I mean, Hickabilly. That's what I mean. You can't be lazy on this. You can't be lazy on this, because the lazier you are, the more you talk yourself out of growing things, the more somebody else is going to control you. Okay? The more somebody else is going to control you. Every time you say you can't, thank you, Lisa Williams. Lisa Williams, I need to come shop at your house. I need to come seed shop. I need some things. I know Lisa Williams. I've been to Lisa Williams' house before. And I know what Lisa Williams is growing. And I know that Lisa Williams is growing real food. And I know that Lisa Williams is not using harmful chemicals on her stuff. So guess what? Me and Lisa Williams, we got a cash out relationship. We got a cash out relationship. Lisa Williams brought me tomato plants, stopped by my job to bring me tomato plants. Okay. So if you know where your stuff is coming from, if you know, I thought I had too many seeds, but no way. No, you don't have too many seeds. Hi, it's gardening time. How you doing? Sherry says, while my veggies are still growing and not ready to harvest, I started going to a local farmer's market and pray the veggies are not treated with chemicals. Well, at the farmer's market, it's kind of like a free market for everybody. If you pay your money, you can go set up. So you really don't know. I will say this. I would much rather, and none of us are going to totally escape the chemicals, okay? That's why you need to do your best at every turn. And I would much rather go to that farmer's market and grab some vegetables that are from that farmer's market and take a chance on those fresh fruit and vegetables than to go get that prepackaged stuff that's not even real food. At least when you go to the farmer's market, you know that a tomato is probably a tomato. But when you go to getting things off of these assembly line, you don't know what it is. has, I can't call the name because it's gonna seem like I'm singling that company out. But y'all remember them potato chips in a can that have gained popularity over like last 20, 30 years? Do y'all remember the ones in the can? Have you read the ingredients on those things? There is nothing, there is nothing in them that is a potato, real sea salt. There's, it's not even supposed to be food. If you got your own potatoes, then guess what? You can fry them up and put some salt and pepper on them and know that, yeah, these real potato chips. But that other stuff, mm, I have gotten to know the farmers at the small farmers market that I go to. I don't go to the large farmer market in my city. Talk to the farmer that you buy from, and it makes a world of difference. It makes a world of difference. Hey AJ, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. When you know, yes, please preserve what you have, folks. Learn to cut the cord. We have got to cut the cord, AJ. We got to cut the cord. We have to, because everything that we are ingesting in our body, everything that we put on top of our body, all of that stuff is getting inside of us. So we have to learn how to cut the cord. The way that you can cut the cord is that you get out here and you grow something one at a time, one thing at a time. The first year that I grew, I started out, when I first started out, I would grow mostly, I would do mostly cuttings, propagating the crepe myrtle trees. That was like my first thing I learned how to propagate, was a crepe myrtle tree. And so this has been long ago. But I took the crepe myrtle trees that we had, that we planted, and I made probably a good 100 pots, because back then you had a lot of plant nurseries that Eco Neighbor would go around to these different plant nurseries. He would find these places in the middle of nowhere, and then he would come back with a whole lot of stuff. He would come back with empty pots that he got from plant nurseries. Some of these, he would befriend some of these old nursery owners, and they would give him like tremendous discounts on things, because he would stand there and he would take the time to just talk to them. A lot of them were in the middle of the country, they didn't have a lot of exposure to people, and he would just befriend these people and get a lot of stuff, a lot of unique and different plants, and just things that they had enough of. Hi KP Lovely, how are you doing? I have a Clubhouse, Deliverance News Network. I don't yet. Do you? Oh, you talking to October Opal? Um, I don't have cows, so I get a cow annually from a local rancher who doesn't use antibiotics or any junk that's in our food today. And now they're trying to force all of those people to vaccinate. So for those of us who were like, we ain't doing it. If you eat meat, they still gonna get you. They've already got us in a lot of cases. They've already got us because they're injecting our meats. And I ain't making this up. Just do a little research. You can know. You can find out. Hi Grace, guys. How are you doing? You and the bitches cooking breakfast? All right, be safe. Be safe at it. um Yes, the farmers will spend plenty of time talking about their food. They will tell you about their food. There's one guy locally. He grows on their farm. He grows sour sops. He grows all of your typical standard vegetables that we're accustomed to eating. but he also has a lot of tropical things. He has a lot of tropical fruit, jackfruit, and all types of tropical trees outside of Tallahassee. And so he'll harvest and he'll bring the stuff to Tallahassee. He'll set up in different places around Tallahassee. And I'm like, when I go to a farmer's market, if I am seeing the same stickers that I'm seeing in the grocery store, then you didn't grow that. You you ain't grow that. You're getting the same stuff. You're getting the same stuff. And guess what? It's too much work to take all of those stickers off before they go to the market. It's too much work. They're not going to take the stickers off. So if you think you're getting something different when you go to the farmers market, like pay attention to the little details. Hi, Robin Murphy, how are you doing? Good to see you. Um, they are just there. They're there to make their money. Everybody has to make a living. Like, I ain't knocking that, but what I'm saying is, for us, if you care about your health and you care about your family's health, definitely pay attention to who you buy your food from. If we stopped buying all of the leftover bad stuff from, and a lot of these, they ain't even the farmers. They're not the farmers. They're just resellers. If we stopped buying all of this stuff, all of the bad stuff that comes out of the stores with all of those chemicals, if we stop buying those from the resellers, guess what the resellers would do? They would form relationships with the farmers instead. If we're like, okay, nope, I'm not buying this from you, and let me tell you why. Because you got this from the stores. This was their reject stuff. This was their leftover stuff that they had that they're just giving you. So if we stop buying the stuff from them, guess what? They're going to go back to the farmers who we need to be supporting anyway to get our stuff. It's on us. Listen, we have a lot more power than we give ourselves credit for. We have a lot more power than we know. Something just wants to bother me. A fly or something wants to bother me right now. But if we as a whole get together, unify our minds, get out of our feelings about each other, and work together as a unit, man, imagine how powerful we could be. Imagine how powerful we could be. When we stand together, nobody can touch us. Nobody can touch us. Rucker Homestead, how are you doing? And I ain't trying to knock nobody hustle. I'm just saying, if we are complaining about the doctors, we don't get good care from the doctors if we don't demand it, or just keep firing the doctors and finding better doctors. Like, who really has time for that? Who has time to continuously go to the doctors that don't care about us, number one? And I ain't saying that about all doctors, because I've had some great doctors because I demanded excellent treatment. I don't do half-ass doctors. I don't. If you half-ass, I'm not, this is going to be my one and only trip to you. That's just how I roll. And that's how, I teach my kids. If you're not going to get great doctors that give you great care, kick them to the curb. Find a different one. Talk to your friends, talk to your online people, look at the Google reviews, look at the Yelp reviews, because those are the ones that are going to tell you the truth. The ones that are on their website, they're going to fabricate. They're going to only give you the people who are their family members, are their friends, are their board members who are leaving reviews. Hey, Miss Native. As a doctor once told me, we care about ourselves more than any doctor will. Wait a minute. We have to. We have to. We have to care about ourselves. We are our first line of defense to everything. When, hey, Miss Native, how you doing? We're our first line of defense to everything. I saw this sign in one of the shooting ranges that we used to go to. It said, I carry a gun because a cop is too heavy. And I was like, yeah, yeah, I feel that. I really feel that. Yeah. Because guess what? If somebody comes down this driveway, that and y'all, that's why cameras are just everywhere. If somebody comes down this driveway and they don't mean us any good, what excuse me, what you think we're gonna do? We're gonna sit here and wait on a cop to get here? Or are you going to defend yourself and defend your property? We have to think the same way when it comes to our health. Me and Eco Neighbor had a conversation last night about health and about the importance of making sure that we take care of ourselves. Why are we waiting until something goes wrong with us before we start eating right and before we start going for walks or before we start strength training to help us to get stronger as we age? As we age, as we get older, see, both, oof, that scared me. Both of us knocking on the door of 50 years old, right? And so you got a sign at the gate, pew pew, a pew pew sign. But both of us knocking on 50 years old, right? And so as you get older, you don't naturally get stronger as you get older. But when you're out here on this homestead, and when you're out here and you're lifting things, and you have to lift things, all of that work is going to help. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you understand how to lift things rather than, when we were young, we would just go, we would bend over with one leg back here, and we would just bend over and grab something and be like, oh, that was heavy. Nope, baby, when you out here, you better learn how to use your knees. You better learn how to bend with your knees and then lift using the weight of your legs instead of using your back. It's the simple things, y'all. It's the simple things. Because you get hurt and you got all of this work to do, you on your own. Who you think coming? Who's coming to help you? You think the FDA gonna send somebody out to help you on your farm? You think your non-gardening family gonna come help you? Who you think coming to help? And you basically, at this point, you gotta hire somebody. You find a new strength at 52, yeah, because you're doing something. You're doing something. You ain't gonna find it if you lazy. Some days I'll be like, man, listen, I just want to lay around. And I do for a part of the day. You can't do it all day. You can't just lay around all day. Not out here. In the city, I still couldn't lay around in the city because guess what? I was still gardening when we were in the middle of the city. I was still gardening then. And on top of that, like, my husband is active. My husband is very active. So the chances of you just getting to sit at peace, they slim to none. I bet he waiting on me right now. He waiting on me right now because because when I came out the door this morning, he was like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "Uh oh, he want to go somewhere." So we're gonna go and we're gonna enjoy our day, but we know that we coming back to work. And I was telling him, I said, "Babe, I need to go places. I need to go someplace. I need to travel a little bit more, in my senior citizens years, y'all. I need to travel a little bit more, right?" And so he was like, "All right, you have fun with that. I got too much work to do." And I was like, "Look, man, we're gonna always have work. We're gonna always have work. The work is gonna be here, whether we're here or not. The work is gonna be waiting on us when we come back, right? So enjoy, but be ready to get to work when you get back. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be ready. I'm actually tired, but we can still go handle some things. You see what I mean? Instead of him saying, "I'm tired, but I'm about to go and lay down in the RV," or "I'm about to go and set up my hammock." He's like, "But we can still go somewhere." That's Oh, I'm building strength, knocking on 60. Miss Crystal, look at you with your fine self, knocking at 60. I'm thankful to have a husband that keeps me active. We will always have work. Yes, enjoy and be ready. Yes, both of those. Because multiple things can be true at once. You can be working hard, but you can also be playing. You can also be taking, like this to me, yes, it is hard work. However, however, it is not all of that. Like, it's not impossible. It's hard work, but it's so rewarding, I think is the word that I was looking for. It's it's hard work, but it is so rewarding. And then when you walk out the door and you're looking around and you're like, "Oh my gosh, we are finally growing some grass. This area is finally growing grass." Kingdom Thought said, "I can't even talk about farming to my circle. They think I'm crazy." So I know they ain't gonna help but wait for my harvest. Yeah. And you know what? And that's where you can put conditions there and say, "Hey, for all the people," send out a group message and be like, "For all the people who help in the garden, who helped me trim the tomatoes, who helped me fertilize, who helped me, weed, you are all going to get the benefit of my harvest. You're going to get the benefit of my harvest. For all of you who contribute this summer or this fall, I'm going to give you an entire basket of tomatoes or cucumbers or lemons or whatever. I'm going to give you some of that because I appreciate so much what you do for us around our homestead. I appreciate it." I think a lot of people thought I was trying to be mean in the beginning when I said that, and I don't understand sometimes the way I say things because a lot of times it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And so I'm learning. I'm learning that when you're dealing with people, when you're dealing with human beings, that Eco Neighbor used to always tell me, season those words. You have to season your words. I ain't used to that. I've been telling people what my name is since I was like 10. So I'm not really used to, like, People so emotional. Hi, Shakira. How you doing? Yeah, Shy. I know. I know. Seasoning was hard. Share the harvest, and more will come to back you. That's it. That's it. Because we have people who actually come. We have people who volunteer to come and help us because they know they're gonna get something, and I'm cool with that. Listen, use me, baby. Use me. Use me up. I don't mind being used. I'm cool with it. Use me up, but help me also. Okay. Don't let it. My filter been broken since I came in the world. Probably it probably has, to be honest. But use me up. I enjoy being used, but also be a giver. I'm a giver. So also be a giver. Like help me to refuel. If you want to come and get something out of my garden, if you want some of these eggs, you want some of these tomatoes. I told y'all last week, I got a lady who gets the majority of our eggs because Eco Neighbor and I, we don't eat eggs every day. Our daughter doesn't eat eggs every day. You don't think you came with a filter? I didn't either. I had to learn this. I had to learn this. And I think that's why it was so easy for me to get over here. Crystal, you're right about that now. Now, one thing that anybody who is a friend of mine will tell you is that she will do anything for you. Now, she don't play now, but she will do anything for you. And I have to ask my friends now because I heard myself on video one day and I was like, dang, did I say it like that? It was on video. It was me. I said it like that. And a lot of people don't understand that. And a lot of people are very sensitive and they can't handle sometimes the way I say things. Not just me, anybody else that don't have, that natural filter. And I tell them all the time, I was like, look, take it up with God because He made me like this. Like I just it's truly who I am. But what they will tell you is that she will do anything for you. Anything for you. I'll give you my very shirt if I know that you are with me. I give you my very shirt if I know that you are with me. I'm glad I ain't the only one that don't got no filter. Y'all ain't got no filter either. I love your spirit and your honesty. That's why I'm here. We all grow together. And we do, Sherry. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. I ain't saying I'm perfect. I'm just saying that if you take time to truly get to know me, and if you're not an overly emotional person, you ain't get offended by what I say because you already know that it comes from the heart. I love people. That's why I do this because I love people. I want you to know what I know. I don't want to try to be here and then keep you here. This is why I teach soap making. I still teach soap making after all these years. I make it for my family, but I teach other people how to make it for their family. That's why I do that. I don't do it for free. That's my business now. That's what I do to make my money. That's my side income. That was my full-time income at one point. But just know that okay, I'm gonna keep that one to myself. My filter works some of the time. Hi, the educated natural. How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning to you. I installed a filter when I hit 40. I think it's 12 years overdue for a good cleaning. Clean that thing. Shakira said, people will think you are mean just by being blunt. I have to have a filter at work, but in my personal life, so being emotional and actually listening to what I'm trying to say. Listen, I have been married for almost 27 years. And sometimes you gonna never be like, woman, who you talking to? And I'm like, babe, you should know by now that I did not mean that like that. I didn't mean anything by that. And then when we were around like some of our family, like we were like unloading some stuff from our trailer, and it was getting dark. We were in another state, okay, and we were having to drive back. Shakira, no, I'm not Shakira. Talk about I do be mean to brother. No, I don't. I take good care of Eco Neighbor. But we were up there, and we had to go. Like we were dropping off stuff. We were doing a delivery, right? And so we were dropping off their stuff, and I was like, listen, I don't know what y'all gonna do with it, but y'all got to get it off our trailer. And they were like, oh shoot, let's get this stuff out of this trailer. And I was like, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it the way that it sounded, but I'm just saying, like, it's getting dark. We got to drive back to Florida. So, listen, I'm learning. As the more people that I deal with, I'm learning that everybody is not like me. And it's like I grew up with my family members, even when my husband first came around, like, he did not know how to take my family because the cousins, Lord Jesus, the cousins were something else. Like the brothers were one thing, but the cousins, they were something else. And they were going to test, they gonna test your gangster. They are going to test your gangster. That's my family. That's where I came from. And so I knew that when they said certain things, like they weren't really ready to fight. Like, but they gonna test your gangster. They're gonna see what you made of. They're gonna see if you are the man that they cousin need. Like all of us are protective like this. This is just who we are. It's just who we are as people. But you can go to any of us. They even more giving than I am. The ones who will test your gangster, they even more giving than I am. To the point where they would actually go without. Now, see, now me, okay, I'm gonna make sure I put my oxygen mask on first, okay? But them, they gonna put that oxygen mask on you first if you got some stuff going on. They gonna put the oxygen mask on you first, and they will be the ones to go down. I ain't built like that now. I'm gonna put my oxygen mask on first so that I can be emotionally strong enough, if I can think properly, to be able to help you. Self-preservation. Good morning. Um, White crew, how are you? Good morning. Welcome. Late, but here to give support. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Take care, whole new perspective. You got to head out. Okay. All right. Y'all have a great weekend, you and your husband. I understand you, the older I get, the more clogged my filter is. Listen, mine is getting unclogged, believe it or not. Believe it or not, it is getting unclogged. And I think being on here is actually helping to refine that as well. It's helping to push some Yeah, some stuff through so that the water can flow a little more smoothly. But if you know, you know. If you're close enough to me, then you know. You already know. You already know. But I tell you, everything that we do, all of the things that we're responsible for, all the things that we're responsible for doing in life, it's going to require some energy for from us. Some of it just requires mental energy, you know. Some of it is going to require your physical strength. Some of it is just going to require your downright just softness. You know, when it comes to your husband, when it comes to your children, when it comes to taking care of the elderly, when your parents start to get older and you have parents that are developing, you know, dementia and different type of diseases, bone issues, when you have people who are developing in life and some of it is not happening in a positive way, I think all of this is just like growing different things in the garden. It teaches you what different people in your life need and what different things in your garden needs. You know, it teaches you the same way when you are doing all of the different pieces and you're adding all of those things up into just this one ball of stuff that you're responsible for. It starts to help you to learn how to grow even as a person. And that's what the G tribe is about. A lot of people thought, and I think still think, that the G tribe is about Gigi. It is not. It's never been. The G tribe stands for gardening tribe. I know, wow, right? The gardening tribe. It's like Gigi can't be a tribe in herself, okay? Just like you saw Nicole pop up there, 16 months. She been rocking with G tribe. Shakira, that part, that length of time or longer. Shakira hit the dang, I've been talking too long. My phone died. Shakira, hit the super chat button and then push how long you've been a member of the G tribe. But it's about us. It's about people. It's about community. It's about unity. It's about helping one another when we can, helping one another where we can. Eco neighbor, 18 months. Any other tribe members in here, push that super chat button and then hit how long you've been a member. It's going to pop up on the screen just like it did for Eco Neighbor, just like it did for Nicole Groves. It's going to pop up there to show you how long you've been a member. But as long as we can work together, see there, Shakira, 19 months. Been in this thing longer than Eco Neighbor. Hi, Drew. Be safe out there in your truck. Be safe out there. Glad you're listening in. Hi, Timor. How you doing? Good to see you, sis. But y'all, he ought to be ashamed of himself, don't he, Shy? Should be ashamed. But Shakira been in this thing for almost 2 years. And in that time period, we've literally talked almost every day. The G Tribe, we've literally talked almost every day. The only time that I missed, and Shakira is one of the people that keep the chat going. They keep the community going. Um, and so when I was down sick for that 2 weeks, she was one of the people that kept the chat going, that held the community together. See, that's how we all have to be. We all have to input something as a part of a community. If you sit back and then just expect to get something all the time, rather than knowing that you have to put something in order to get something out, you be so different. Your mindset is so different. Your mindset is so different when you're putting something in and not just looking for something to get out. Like there are some people who will come to the chats and they'll never say a word, but on the back end, they are like really getting it. They really getting it in. They're taking the information, they're using the information, they're sharing the videos out with their family and their friends and people who want to know how to do what we're doing. And guess what? They're benefiting. And you'll only know every now and again when they come in and they're like, we just closed on our land. Or we just put a contract in on some land. We've been watching you for the last 3 years, and we just put a contract in on some land. Look at the thumbs up matching the members, the amount of people that are in the chat. I love y'all. That's dope. But being a support to one another, we have literally carried each other through the last 19, 20 months since this membership has been there. We carry each other every day. We make sure that each other is safe. We make sure that each other is prayed for. We have little cash out parties to each other on each other's birthdays. Like we do a whole lot of what you don't get to see out here. And that's why the love between us is so strong. And that's why nobody runs at the first sign of, oh my God, Shakira, why would Shakira say that? Why would Gigi say that? They don't run at the first sign of trouble or at the first sign of just a misunderstanding or whatever. They don't run. They don't run. The G Tribe members talk to each other. They communicate with each other. We don't agree on everything. Listen, we have something every day just about that we're going to debate about. But it helps us to understand each other. So even the people that don't have a filter like Shakira, it helps us to understand each other. It helps us to know each other's mindsets and where each other come from. Healthy. It's a healthy debate. We don't call each other's names. Like we don't do any of that. But if I think one way, Shakira, French Wee Wee, how you doing? Good to see you. It's a huge plus. Yes, it's a huge plus. It's a huge plus because everybody does not have to be like me. I want you to have some like a like mindset when it comes to making sure that we all growing and developing and wanting to share information with people. But the ready to cuss you out part, I don't want you to have that necessarily. And I don't cuss people out all the time, but I'm just saying. If you need it, if you need a cussing, you can get it. I don't make it a habit, but hey, if you need it, you can get it. And typically it's just reserved for certain people who are just being blatantly disrespectful. It's just reserved for them. Eco neighbor, don't be shaking your head because you know I've been seasoning these words well. I have been doing so well. I blocked somebody the other day instead of responding to them. I don't block. You doggone right. You doggone right, modern woman. Ain't nothing wrong with being a modern woman. Nothing wrong with being a modern woman. That just means that you probably ain't about to get ran over. Watch me and Eco Neighbor gonna have a whole conversation about that thing when I get off the live stream. Yes, it helps to understand other people's perspective. And one thing that it also helps, I needed her to unblock them so I could respond. And I was like, no, Shakira, no, no, I am not fixing to unblock that person so you can go in. Eco neighbor, that's your friend. She wanted me to unblock them so that she could go and handle business. I wish I found the garden community sooner because it is very helpful. I'll be 62 this year, and that oh come back and that started my garden last year, having my first year. Congratulations to you, Miss Robin. That is a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Shout out, fight for you too, bro. And Will, you better believe it. You better believe it, honey, because she was ready. Brenda Allen, hey sis, how are you doing? Good to see you in the chat today. It's all about keeping it real and communicate in a way is not disrespectful. Yeah, yeah. Our goal is never to be disrespectful to anybody. Um, and the only reason, y'all, let me tell you, I don't block people on a regular basis. I don't mind. Listen, the block finger is strong, strong. I don't mind blocking people, but I don't do it on a regular basis just because somebody has a difference of opinion than me. That is not why I block people. I block people who are disrespectful, purposely being disrespectful, purposely coming for me because see they see me because of my mouth, my tone. They see me as a modern woman and they're going to come for the modern women. The women that they feel like they can't run over, use, and abuse, they are coming for us. And I just happen to fit. And so that person came for me in a way that was not that was not respectful at all. He was very, very, very disrespectful the way he came. And well, I'm telling you now, this is how I make my determination. My determination is if you come after my character, then we got a problem. Then we got a problem. Particularly if you don't know me, you don't know me. All you know is what I give you right here. Listen, me and Eco Neighbor were actually we were in the truck together when it first came through. And so I blocked them so fast Eco Neighbor didn't have a chance to get over them. And so then what I did was I went to my counselors. Everybody has to have a therapist, right? So I went to my counselors, the G Tribe members, and I asked them, am I being too sensitive? And they read the comment from this grown man. And they were like, oh no, put him back because we finna get him. They were like, put him back because we about to get him. Shakira in particular. But we got another one that's undercover gangster that y'all don't know about. Not to mention Miss Native. Miss Native be ready. But he was just being disrespectful, and he was attacking. He was like, he started off with, this is why, this is exactly why men are the leaders and not you women. That's how he started it out. And he went on from there, okay? He was just being disrespectful. So there was no need for me to go back and forth with that mindset. There was just no need for it. And I have so many positive things happening in my life. I don't want that type of energy around me. I don't care what you think about what men's roles are. I don't care what you think about what men's roles are versus what women's roles are. I mean, it's fine with me. You can think whatever you choose, but you cannot come attacking me about what I feel. And matter of fact, what I said was just a joke. Okay, it was kind of real. It was kind of real, but it was a joke at the same time. So if y'all saw my community post, I cut up on my community post, right? And so on my community post, I had this sister on there, and she was in her car, and she was like, if I can't find a parking space at work, I'm just gonna go on back home. Cause and I was like, they got enough help. And that really like butt hurt this man. He was probably one of them 50-50 dudes. But he was very butt hurt by me saying, you know, having this joke. And you got to understand too that some people just look for a fight. So if you're looking for a fight, if you're out there and you're just looking for a fight, like this ain't the channel for you. Cause I'm gonna block you if you're just looking for a fight. Now, if you want to have, like Shakira said, we can debate, we can have some healthy dialogue. We have people come in who, they know a lot more than me, and like I love it because I love to learn. Hey, Veggie Farm, how are you doing? Sherry, everybody else was like, they thought it was funny. And this person, with they 11 subscribers, I think they, in order to get attention, some people go on the attack. They don't, because they don't realize. My mom would always say when we were growing up that you can get more bees with honey than you can with more flies. What is what it was. You can get more flies with honey. Hey, Lydia, how you doing? You can get more flies with honey than you can with ish. Okay. And so him with his 11 subscribers came on the attack because what's the best way in today's society with these modern women and modern men? What's the best way to get attention? It's not with positivity. In today's climate, the best way to get attention is with negative comments, statements, whatever. It's with negativity. It's not with positivity in today's climate. Oof, that little tail.
Hey.
Hey,
Are we talking about what we talking about today? About some
whatever
modern
I
men?
want to talk about.
Wait a minute now.
Whatever
Let's
I want to talk about, that's what we talking about. See, this is the problem with
let
these
let
modern women, because
let's
this mouth that be going on. I'm gonna need a charger if we're gonna keep going. Beside my bed, the jackery that's beside my bed, it's got my plug in
oh, okay.
because my battery is like I'm at 10%.
No, I just feel like
Okay, here he coming with. I feel like these modern men. Okay,
wait a minute. No, no. You ain't finna group me. That's one thing you ain't finna do.
well, don't be grouping
You
me
ain't finna
then.
bother me.
Don't be
I'm
grouping me
messing with
then.
you, but at the same
I'm messing
time,
with you too.
at the same
We
time,
finna fight on this
oh, you
camera.
better believe it. Let me go get me a chair, and get me a charger, because I got some things to comment on that from a male perspective.
Okay. Oh, y'all. See, I was fixing to stop this live stream, but here he come. He even going to get the charger because he ready to fight. He ready to fight, y'all. He ready to fight. This is the GG Naturals channel.
Sponsored by Eco
Be like, I bought your phone. You better shut up. Better shut up, modern woman. I bought that phone. Oh gosh. Oh, okay. You got you a chair. Let's see what this modern man want to say. Shakira.
Don't plug that in.
Oh my God.
Don't plug that in.
All right, give me a second, y'all. Let's make sure that it is on and all of it. Hold on, y'all might lose sound. Let me know that you still hear me. Let me take the mic off because I gotta be charging. All right. Let me know. Let me know that y'all still hear me. Drop some nines in that thing. If you can still hear me. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. So y'all know these modern men, they be ready to tussle.
Got me out here in the sun.
I'm trying to move over, babe. I'm trying to move over so you can not be in the
Oh,
sun.
I got the whole screen. Slide
I
on,
know you
slide on.
50 and all. So
I ain't 50 yet. Trying
wait
to
a
get
minute.
there.
Wait, what are you
So,
doing? Wait a minute. Don't touch a black woman's phone. Like you get in my car, don't you touch my radio. Never put your
hey,
hands on
bless
a
up,
black woman
everybody. I
radio.
hope y'all doing well.
Hey guys.
Let's do this first before we even get started. A lot of people have commented, and I sit in the background. I've been sitting in the background for quite some time, right? I see a lot of stuff. A lot of men and women can be very disrespectful. And that's one thing as a YouTube content creator. You cannot get caught up in all of that. And one thing about it, you don't let people's opinions stress you out. It's opinion. We all got them. It's just like things that we sitting on. We all got them, right? But one thing that I noticed since I've been a grown man, even as a child, even on the playground, people want to put you in a box. People want to find a commonality, and I think that deals with social, kind of like a society. But the problem with that is we all individuals. And one thing about it, being married to a strong black woman. She is strong. She's a great mother. She's a protector. Now remember, men, to the men, I hadn't really seen no men in your chat, but it's a lot of women in your chat. But to the women and to the men, if you have your own opinion and you have your own convictions and strong beliefs, and you can back that stuff up, or even if you can't, my thing is you showing and revealing yourself. And then when you do that, the people that you interact with, they have to make the determination whether they want to deal with that or not, right? As I'm away, you can't, in this world, you can't have two people all loving each other all the time and taking care of the babies and and going grocery shopping and holding hands all day long, and you can't have all of that. So we're a team. We got together. We knew we were going to be a team from day one. We
Mm-hmm.
knew we wanted to raise a family. We knew we wanted to be successful. We knew we wanted to live out our dreams. But guess what? God made man, God made woman. It's still a man. You got a man with a womb and you got a man with a kahuna, right?
The big kahuna.
Hey, hey, the slanger. But anyway, but check this out. With
Okay.
that
My
said,
bad. Sorry.
it's still a man. Like a man still needs to nurture his child. Still need to raise their children, whether a girl or a boy.
Mm.
Still need to raise that child up, right? Still need to love that child. So a woman still got to be there. What happens when I'm gone? I'm out of state. I'm handling business, right? Who gonna protect the house? I'm gone. I could put up alarm systems. I could put dogs. I could put security, and they still get caught, right? So you need a strong woman who can express themselves and let people know. Shy says, "You ain't said number word. Call me." See, that's ride or die.
Yeah.
That's a good clause. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's too masculine. What do you want? Some men, they want to be everything, but so do you want to? If you love somebody, you want to leave them vulnerable. If my wife couldn't shoot, or she couldn't protect herself, or she couldn't do certain things, as a man, I would want to teach her those things because I don't want nothing to happen to my most precious gift. Period. Vice versa. If I'm quick to anger, I'm quick to jump, she's gonna calm me down to the part where I don't get locked up. I can continue to be here to provide for my family. It's love. What we do as a couple, we come together, right? And we put together our strengths and our weaknesses. But I don't view them as weaknesses. I look at them as, here you are. If I'm a loving, caring person and people take advantage of me, right? I shouldn't cut that off. But what my other half might say, hey, you might need to dial that back a little bit, or be cautious about this, or be cautious about that, right? Be wise. So what happens is we find each other and we meet each other where we are. And I think a lot of times we're getting caught up into these groups and boxes, and we're not really embracing the uniqueness and the qualities that each person has. Because every single couple, every single person, every single individual has their own identity,
Yes.
have their own personal piece, right? And it's a quality.
Yeah.
But you got to have a quality based on the right situation. For example, I see some handy tools over here. And I also got some handy tools over here, and over here, right? But not every tool is designed for every single fight. For example, if I'm trying to gather some meat for this afternoon and I'm shooting for pheasants, right? That tool don't need to be a certain tool because it'll blow the pheasant completely apart, right? So it does not mean that that tool is not necessary. It's just like us. We have different tools. We have different blessings. We have different gifts. And they have to be applied in the right way. And as we forge and as we journey, as we go through this process, because hopefully, if we're dealing with couples or we're dealing with a relationship, the goal is I'm in a car, you driving, and I'm trying to go the same place you're trying to go. So help me to help you get through that process. So as I'm driving down this road, sometimes I get sleepy. If I get sleepy, I need you to help me drive, right? But we still going down the same road. Now, I wouldn't make that turn. I wouldn't have got off that exit. I probably would have got off on this exit, but we still going down the same road, right? We still in the same car. Now, why should we fight each other and say, well, you the man, you supposed to be driving. Well, you the woman, you supposed to be sitting there in the passenger seat. You the woman, you supposed to not stop every 5 minutes. You the man, you're not supposed to do this. It makes no sense when you think about it. So what you do is you meet people where they are. If there was a time where I couldn't get a job, but Gigi could get a job, right? Guess what? Gigi got the job. Guess what? I took care of what I need to take care of, right? So you meet people where they are. You know, there's times where you can't pay for something or you can't do something, right? But the next person, well, as a man, yeah, we got certain qualities. Men has drive. Well, some. I'm going to speak for some because things are transitioning, you know? Things are transitioning in the male role. A lot of men were not, and people blame it on women and women. Stop it, stop it for real, because it's crazy. Don't nobody know my history, right? But they understand that I'm a provider, I'm a protector, I'm a nourisher, I'm a person that's gonna make sure I do what I need to do until my death for my family, right? I'm that guy. But I was raised by nothing but women with some spices and sprinkles of men, right? But I saw men. I saw what my mom needed. I saw what my grandmama needed. I saw what my great grandmother needed. I saw what my aunties needed. I saw all of this stuff. And it's up to the individual to say, you know what? If I were my mom's man, because I saw men, my mom is a very beautiful woman, constantly had men trying to talk to her. And I felt like I was her man because I was the protector. And I didn't play. I could have been 6, 7 years old. And I was like, get out of here, chump. Get out of here. And I was dead serious. I gave him hell. I don't care if he was stronger than me, but I'll just come around there. I'll run him off. Simple as that. If I didn't like him, I'll run him off because I felt like I was a protector. Who taught me that? You got animals out here that don't know that they're a hen. You got roosters out here that don't know they're a rooster. But it's something within you as a man, whether a woman brought you up or not, to tell you things to do. It's called instinct. I can't explain. I've never been a father when I had my first child. But my instinct kicked in to the part where I'm like, why do I feel so watchy? Why do I feel so alert? Why do I feel like, whoa, where you going? Something not right. Why did I feel this? These instincts, you got to listen to them, right? People tell you your gut, those feelings, right? You better listen to that stuff because we have gone and withdrawn ourselves so far from nature. Gigi started this thing out talking about fruits and how they all got flaws. Do they have flaws? Or did they have what it took to survive their element? Some of these scratches and wounds and some of these dark splotches and different stuff like that we view as wrong in nature, it can be your protection method to get you to blend into the environment so you can get the resources you need to get. That's the same thing about what we're going through in life. Everything we go through in life is building our knowledge, right? It's building our knowledge, and we got to embrace those things, and we really got to get back to the basics of just loving one another.
Yes.
And looking for the best of one another. If my wife said tomorrow I want to quit my job, okay, have you sent the papers in? Some people be like, that's irrational. Why are you doing that? I already know she done thought this thing through, number one. I already know she understands the consequences. I already know she understands that certain things she's not going to have. But then at the same time, she also understands that I'm going to give her the best of my ability. And sometimes, when I was younger, I could do a whole lot more. But now it's a challenge for me sometimes financially because I grew up doing physical work, right? But now I have to transition. That's why this YouTube and all this internet and all this clerical work is new to me. But I'm adapting to the situation. And guess what you have to do? You have to be patient with your mate to adapt to the situation. Damn, he making 100 G's in his 20s. He making 100 G's or $70,000, $80,000 when he's 20 and 30 years old. But now he making 20. Look, things go up, things go down. Encourage each other, right? Encourage each other to want to grow and do better, right? Support each other. And I'm sorry, but
no, we need to start the podcast back.
No, okay.
Because you really on this thing.
No, what bothers me, we having people that don't even have a relationship trying to teach people what relationships about.
Oh, come on.
And the people that do have a relationship, they have so many relationships, they do have experience, but our families are not whole. Our society is not whole. And I'm here to tell you, there is no plan for a successful family. The only plan consistent you have is the word and the trust and faith in the Most High. That's the only thing that's consistent. Even the answer from the Most High is not consistent.
It depends on the situation.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
So there's no person or group or studies or book that can tell you what works for you and your personal relationship. But what you have people who have gone through some things and they can share with you how they came through those things. And it's up to you to take that information to process it and then apply it in your own best interest of your own personal or relationship. And that's all I want to say about this situation is because people say women are against the men and men against the women. You know, right now this is the time we need to be getting together. We talking about communities. What we're trying to do with this channel, we trying to start communities and movements and buying land. And once we secure the bag and the resources, now the next level is collaboration. But we can't get the one and the two together. It's not about you being in a relationship, but it's about you individually knowing yourself, being comfortable with yourself, not only being comfortable with yourself, but also know that you are a gift. Because people will call you a curse and people will put you in, quote, try to put you in a box because of their past experiences instead of accepting you for who you are. But they can't accept you because you don't know yourself and you're not comfortable with expressing yourself. I hear so many people say, I have to do that for my job. I have to do this for such and such. When are you going to be you? When are you going to take the time and understand you're going to lose some friends, you're going to lose some jobs, you're going to lose some materialistic stuff, but you're going to start at square one, but you're going to advance far more better because as you move on this new journey of being you, guess what happens? Things flow together. Things flow together. You know, if I'm a fish trying to walk around out here, right?
You ain't gonna do a good job of
I ain't
that.
gonna do it. I'm constantly trying to catch wind, right? But yet this is what's expected of me. Well, you know, that kind of fish, it can survive our water. Yeah, I get it. It can survive off of water, but it wasn't designed for that, right? So flourish in your environment. Create your own environment. That's what this land does. Create your environment. You're gonna have to work hard regardless. Why work hard for somebody else? Work hard for you and your family. Work hard. And when I say family, I'm not talking about blood now. I'm talking about those that can agree, those can support you, those that can. And when I say support, don't mean agree with you like everything you say, everything you do, but those that hold you accountable. Be like,
Now you said
Shy
something.
just said in this whole chat, dog, Eco, you put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? Shy don't say,
And
let me
Shy
think of something.
always taking up for Eco.
And
Always.
let me try to juice this comment up so I can make Eco feel better. No, she just like throw him down on the ground, roll over his chest, and keep it going, fool. Keep it going. All right, let's keep it going. And then I get up and brush myself off. Say, dog, Shy, how you doing? Okay, I get it. We good like that. But do I hate Shy? No, it's love because I respect the fact of we can be genuine and we can be true. I'm not in competition with Shy. Shy not in competition with me. I'm not trying to destroy her character, her fiber. I want the best for Shy. Shy wants the best for me. Shy supports me. I support her. Right? I didn't ask for none of this, but we do it voluntarily. And somehow in this world, we got to get back to basics where we understand first, know thyself, be comfortable with yourself, be good being alone, as Gigi always say, right? And being alone is not bad. Now, it's just like a drug, it's just like anything else. You're gonna detox, your skin gonna break out, your eyes gonna bug, you're gonna scratch where you ain't itching. But you can make it through them withdrawals of being without people sometimes. And then once you be without people, then you'll understand that, oh, okay, I'm learning some things I do like and I don't like. Because once you reintroduce yourself back into what we call society, then you'll be like, I don't really know if I really like that. I don't care for that. And then you build up the fortitude to say, hey, Rob, you want to go to such and such? No, I'm good. Come on, man, such and such. I'm good, dog. I'm totally good. Oh man, you just such and such, such and such. It is what it is. It don't mean I have a lack of faith. It don't mean that I'm scared. It don't mean that I dislike you. The answer is no. And then now that word no, you know what it does now. You're gonna lose some people when you say no. They're not gonna ask you. You know, they used to ask you every week, what you doing, man? They used to call you, whatever, check on you, whatever. And then after a while, they won't say nothing to you. And it's not that you're trying to drive them away, but that ain't my connection. That's not my route I'm trying to go. Every time I'm on the interstate trying to roll, me and my wife, we in the car with my kids, you keep telling me to turn off this exit because I got you in my car. And I realize you ain't trying to go where I'm trying to go, but you in my car. And then the key is the next exit, the next rest stop, all of a sudden you say, hey, I'm finna go to the bathroom. All right, man, we'll wait for you. And then they go to the bathroom and you look around, you be like, dog, you might have the runs or something. Something going on. Is he constipated?
Where that joke at?
Man, let me go and check on this cat, man.
Pitch it off.
And then you go
Pitch it off,
I know
sir.
her shoes. I'm looking all in the stall. I'm like, I'm looking at the rest stop. I don't see none of the shoes in the stall, right? I'm trying to figure this thing out. And then all of a sudden, I see him later on social media. He in another city.
Yeah, he caught a ride. Caught a ride with somebody else.
And now I'm trying to, was it something I said? Was it my breath?
No.
What's going on?
Going different directions.
Oh, so at that rest stop, the car got a little bit lighter, right? Then we move on, and we move on, and we move on. But see, that's the thing about life. Some people can't let that happen. They got to go chase and go to that city. They got to go find that cat. No, I need some closure. I need some closure. They already closed the door. When the door get closed,
it's closed.
It's closed. Move on. You already been in that door. You already know what's in there. No, I'm not going to that another city. I'm not going to stalk them. I'm not going to low-key watch what they doing and doing all this and doing all that. Now, if I see them,
hey,
because we're in the same street, what's going on? What's up, bro? I have no malice against that brother or sister or whatever it is. I have no malice, but the key is we had fun together while we was together.
Yeah.
But we just now at a different point, different stage in life. It's all good. I don't want negativity for that person. And I ain't fixing to be like, well, you know, such and such did such and such. No. What we do is we're focused. I got too much other stuff. I got kids in the back. I got the sister right here. And I got a car to maintain to get us where we got to go. You think I got time to go chase somebody? No.
I didn't understand growing up. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you came in. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Don't leave. Don't leave.
No. This GG channel.
Loving people. Yeah, this GG channel now. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
okay? But thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. You really learn as you come on. Let me acknowledge a couple of things in here. Shasta, don't leave now. EP, how you doing, EP? EP, I saw him say he's a black male, 41 years old, living in Atlanta. And he has a huge garden.
What's up, EP?
I saw that much. I was able to catch that much. But you know, we find ourselves in this life, in this new world that we have. And a lot of us are just want to be respected. You know, like it's very simple. Like behind the scenes, there's a lot of stuff that happens behind your scenes wherever you are.
So, Jay?
Hey, Cali bro, what's up?
J3.
J3 GS Farm, how you doing?
What's up, JT?
People in general, they just want to be respected. I remember hearing something years ago that it was on the Oprah show. This was back in the early 2000s. Like I used to watch the original Oprah show all the time. And I remember, I don't know if it was her or if it was somebody that came on her show that said, people won't remember what you said to them to hurt them or what have you. I'm just kind of paraphrasing. But they will always remember how you made them feel. And so I think that was like the beginning for me. That was the beginning of my journey towards seasoning your words.
Well, you know, well, you know.
And it's been a journey.
Well, you know, let's talk about this thing because I think it's man, what you're doing, you talking about something that's so multi-layered, right? because we got people, we got individuals. So for instance, I'm gonna give you a class example. I'm not gonna talk about nobody. I'm gonna talk about myself.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone through hurt and pain in my life growing up, right? Just like you, everybody, right? But we have all of that compartmentalized in our brain, and then we build defense mechanisms, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you talked about how you made me feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are some people that you met for the very first time. You don't know them. You ain't never seen them. You ain't never been introduced to them. But they remind you of some hurt that happened in your life. So, for example, if you met someone that looked like somebody that molested you, or they carried themselves from somebody that molested you, you're not going to be close to them.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know what they may not know what they did to you, and they probably didn't do nothing to you, but you're not gonna connect with them. And you know what I say to that? Don't.
You remind me of a girl that
And I
I
once
once
knew.
knew. See
So
her face whenever I look at you. Couldn't believe all of the things she put me through. Like, this is why I just can't get with you.
and to
How you
that,
gonna leave me hanging singing by myself?
because you trying to sing the whole song. And one thing about it, that's your loss.
This your loss.
That's your loss. To the individual that reminded, you never knew what that connection could be,
Deal
right?
with your traumas.
But in some cases, that past experience is a blessing to you, because you got some people that would harm you that remind you of somebody else. That memory built a wall for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because some stuff, like for instance, I'll never forget. I shared this I think one time before. I remember one time I dated this girl before Gigi, and she had issues. Mother was murdered, violent, um, grew up in a not so warm environment, but she couldn't understand why I wouldn't put her hands on her.
Why what?
Why I wouldn't put my hands
Okay.
on her.
Mm-hmm.
It got to that point. I couldn't understand what was going on. But then she screamed and yelled in a heated debate because things would be fine and she'd just go off. And then she called me a punk because I didn't hit her. She ain't never known nothing other than a dude putting her hands on her. And she was attracted to that. And she felt disappointment in meeting me because she thought I was that kind of guy, but I wasn't. I can't do nothing for her on that. I don't care what I could be the nicest. I could try to retrain, reprogram, all of that. It got to come from her and from within, and she got to see her own issue and her own thing. Now, as me, as a man in that relationship, I got to ask, do I want to go through that process in life? Do I want to go through that? And then I said, no, I don't want to go through that. But that's what I'm saying. It's so many situations that we talking about how you make all they remember is how you made them feel. Sometimes you ain't did nothing. It's not about how
That ain't what I meant.
No.
So far away from what I meant.
No. I'm talking about it's sometimes that's what people perceive and think. That's why I want to clarify that sometimes people say you make me feel some kind of way, or you did this. I'm not talking about the death that you're talking about, but I want to make a clear distinction between sometimes there's people out there that you did nothing to, but you remind them of somebody, right? Or a situation. And that's something that they have to go through. And sometimes we spend a lot of time trying to cultivate and work on situations like that, but that's an individual thing, but they got to go through that. You know, you can make that decision if you want to do that, but you got to understand there are repercussions to what you're doing.
To everything that you do.
Everything.
I mean, there are consequences to every single decision that you make. And when you just gonna leave me.
I'm coming back. I just gotta get something.
Oh, okay. But let me look at some of your. Let me go back. Veggie Farm. How you doing, Veggie Farm? I saw your comment, and I wanted to go back and address what you said. But EP, welcome. Good to have you. Glad to know. Hi, from Perth, Australia. our urban homestead. Annette, how you doing, Annette? Good to see you. When you are at 20, I'm there to carry you and motivate you, speak life into you. It's a partnership. Where I lack, you are there to build me up. It's balance. Thank you, Rashawn Sims. That's all Eco Neighbor is talking about. It's about balance. It's not about, and I think that's why a lot of the younger people too are, it's like either they just all the way on, or they all the way off. And life is really about balance. And I think in this long-term relationship, I know for certain that life is really truly about balance. And if you have a relationship with somebody else, there's always compromise. So in that alone, it's balance. You have to make sure that he's happy. You have to make sure that he's happy. So EP said, I'm from Uncle Led's channel. Well, glad you're
What's up,
here.
EP?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And out of the ATL. Welcome. So glad to have you.
Shy said that's why she just can't get with
Veggie Farm said something that I wanted to point out. I'm trying to find it. Sherry said, yes, it's balance with having respect for each other, knowing both parties play a role in the success of the relationship, family, and everything else in between. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely correct. It's all about
you. So
balance.
did you read Sherry? She said yes.
That's Sherry. That was Sherry I just read.
Okay.
That was Sherry.
I'm looking for my tribe locally.
Veggie Farm said, I know a lot of real men that are positive and supportive to women. But on this internet, I see a lot of men that seem to dislike women. And literally, Veggie Farm, that's why I just blocked that person, because that was the energy that I got from that person. It was that he just really just did not like women in general. And I think when some of the tribe members went to look at his page, they gathered the same conclusion that I gathered. And I didn't try I just asked them, am I just being too sensitive to what this dude said right here? Um, and typically my instincts are I would say 80% of the time my instincts are on.
Hey, Chad, I want to ask y'all a question, because I see a lot of stuff too. And this feed thing, this algorithm thing, this is the crazy thing about an algorithm. I could be friends with Gigi, right? And then whatever Gigi likes, all of a sudden I get in my feeds and different stuff like that on different social media. And it'll also tell me different people that like it because I'm friends with them. And now I'm getting all kinds of stuff because of this connection type thing. What they're trying to do, they're trying to group us all together, what it is. Everything that your friend like, they're trying to put all that. So you only see a certain amount of information. But I saw something that I want to take a poll. How many people believe that a man shouldn't chase a woman? Because I heard a comment, well, it was a little short or what have you. This guy was saying a real man shouldn't chase a woman. Y'all put in a comment what y'all think. Whether you're married, whether you're not, whether you're in a relationship, whatever. Do you feel like a man should chase a woman? I'm just curious. I'm just taking a poll. I'm just curious.
Do I get to inject my opinion?
Yeah, of course. Okay. This your channel.
Okay.
It's your channel.
You're right, it is my channel, ain't it?
I have to remind you sometimes. Miss Nada said no. Chase, no. Pursue, yes. EP said chase.
Ooh, come on, EP. Come on, EP.
Jay said, I still chasing my wife.
Come on, juicing with Jay.
Hold on.
Married.
Wait a minute. Let
understand life.
Let's do this right here. Hold on for a second. I know this GG channel, but Eco running it right
said,
now.
I have always been chased.
Wait a minute. Let me do this right here.
Somebody told these men that they deprived.
That right there, I just wiped away the political answers, okay? Y'all stop playing around with political answers, right? Should a man chase a woman or is that a violation? Because we keep putting all these conditions. I get it. In a beautiful world, well, pursuing but I'm not chasing. What the hell? Pursuing, chasing. If go get him, dog. Get him, dog. Well, I'm not chasing. I'm just gonna pursue him. Stop playing. Should a man chase a woman? Get rid of. Yes, we got Robin Murphy say yes. Okay. It's a natural instinct, but God needs to be in that mist. Drew.
What, Drew? Come on, Drew.
Mm, mm, mm.
Come on, Drew.
Sherry
Since they want to talk about what's natural.
Because that's where we all go.
Since they want to talk about what's natural.
Sherry say pursue, not chase. Political. Okay. J3GS says he that finds a wait a minute. Don't you disappear on me. Don't you better not disappear on me. Y'all better check out J3GS farm.
J3GS
He said he that finds a good woman has found a good thing. Keep chasing. All right. Fine and chase. Fine chase. Okay, we'll go with that.
J3 coming from the word on you now. Don't even try that. Don't even try to put your modern man opinion in there.
No, you're going to stop that with that modern man stuff. Don't put me in no box. I keep telling you about that food.
Sorry, babe.
All right.
You call me a modern woman. I'm
messing with you just when I said
I'm messing with you too then. This is the problem with these modern women. These mouths, man.
Wait a minute. But he better show he is interested.
He better show he is interested. Because who finna run, you know.
Okay, wait a minute. I don't want to be chased. Wait a minute. Why is your thing going so fast? Can you work this better than I can?
People commenting.
Wait a minute. Let me try to get in here.
People commenting.
Somebody said.
All right, so Miss Native said he better show he is interested. Unicorn Lady said, I don't want to be chased. Hi, Triple Threat. How are you doing? Grandma Husband said, come on now.
Now, stalking,
they chasing for that piece. Stop playing.
Stalking is something different. Chasing and stalking is different.
Come on now, let's be grown.
I just want to clear this. We trying to be grown. That's why I did like this. Let's do that.
Don't do that no more. Okay, you done never know. I would like a man to make the first move after I show him some attention. Yeah, you're going to see me when I walk in the door. Okay? How do I walk through? How do I highlight someone's name? You have to be on a computer in order to do that, and then you put the @ sign and then start typing out their name and it'll highlight it. So you just have to be on a computer.
You can do it from your phone, some phone.
Well, mine, you can't do it.
Mine, I can.
Okay. But put the @ sign.
Yeah, put the @
and
sign.
see, and then you'll see whether your phone is like that if you're using a phone.
Yeah, once you start typing, it'll pop up. So what is consensus?
Okay, what does this have to do with anything, Eco Neighbor?
No.
This question.
This has to do. We were just talking about.
He needs to come with the right intentions.
People and boxing.
Marshall Martin, if you're watching, hey sis, hey. He was talking when she came in. But hey, Marshall, hey girl.
Miss Marshall.
Yes, child. Hey girl.
What's up? What's going on? I ain't see Miss Marshall.
It's been a while back. It's been a while back.
I need to catch that icon so I know Miss Marshall. But yeah, I'm just curious because this is, I know it's random, but I still want to ask the question because it goes back to what I was saying. Stop letting this social media, stop letting all of this stuff suppress not only just the word, but also your instincts, right?
And stop letting it influence you. And stop letting these people who have
not proving themselves.
Information.
Not proving themselves.
This is the thing, okay? We get information from people who don't truly know the subject that they're talking about, but they just happen to be in a position where the algorithm caught them and blew them up and put them in front of you, or other people took them and shared and blew them up and put them in front of people. They have the platform. And so they talk about it, whether they really know or not. They talk about it and they get on it, and then they give you information like it is the gospel. If you've never owned 5 acres of land.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot tell nobody about no 5 acres of land. You can't tell them how much space it is.
Mm-hmm.
All you can do is give them information that you can Google, but you can't tell nobody how you're going to work that 5 acres. You can't tell nobody how the county where that 5 acres is located is going to treat you when it comes to that land, what restrictions they have, what it's going to allow. You can't really give them the inner workings of that 5 acres of land if you have never owned that 5 acres of land, okay? But for some reason, in relationship, when it comes to relationships and Beyonce internet, we have allowed these single people or people that have failed marriages to tell you what you're supposed to do in order to have a successful marriage, in order to build the family together. We're allowing those people to take the lead rather than the people. I see couples all the time who are out there and they're trying to give information. People say they want long-term relationships, but do you really? Because who are you listening to? You're listening to single people who have never been in a relationship more than 1 to 2 years, okay? But you're getting all of your information from those people. So what do you really want? Do you really want the long term? Do you really want to know how to cultivate your 5 acres? Do you really want to know how to grow real pomelos? Do you really want to know how to change the profile of your soil? Do you really want the information, or do you just want the entertainment factor? Do you want to just be a follower and follow everybody else, follow and listen to the person who everybody else is listening to, versus getting the information from the sources that could really help you?
So a couple of things, y'all. What's up, King David?
Hi.
A couple of things I want to kind of talk about. Just because you got a bunch of likes and subscribe does not mean you're credible.
Period.
Just we in the world and society where we think a popular person is credible.
Period.
Just because you are blessed or cursed with a bunch of people that follow you does not mean you have the solutions, right?
There you go.
Now, how do you deem something as credible? You deem something as credible by the evidence, by the fruits that it bears, right? How do you know what type of fruits it bears if you don't know the individual, don't know the people, don't know the person? Or even if you don't know the person, you don't see any fruits around it. You just see likes and you see comments and subscribe.
But no proof.
But no proof. Right now, I can go and do a whole new channel and I could do, let's see, skydiving. I never skydived, but I could put together some videos and do a bunch of stuff and do some risky stuff and do it for 1 year, and you will swear I'm a freaking genius. If the way that I present it, you will swear that I'm the expert of the experts. It's just because you never skydived, right? You ain't never skydived, but you see me do it one time, and then I do a bunch of videos in the training and everything, and I do interviews, and if I get a bunch of subs and a bunch of subscribers, you think that I'm the expert. Now, let's go and talk about what I just asked y'all. I knew people would comment a certain way, and this is the part that I think where there's gaps between generations, right? When I used to say in the 70s, I'm happy and I'm gay, it meant one thing, right? But when you fast forward, I said I'm gay in the 90s and the 80s, you were viewed a certain way. Now you say I'm gay now, you viewed a totally different way. Depending on who had those experiences in those different decades, their viewpoints are totally different. When I say chase, I'm not talking about attacking, rape, stalking, none of that. I'm talking about welcome behavior. Let's get that straight. Because we use these words pursue and all this and stuff. The definition of chase got the word pursue in it. And then if you break it down, you look at the word pursue. Pursue is to go on the attack, right? That's not what I'm talking about. And that's the thing that people be like, well, people, you got a low mentality, or you got a low self-worth because you pursuing somebody, or you going after somebody. Let's get rid of this stuff to the part where when I saw Gigi, I liked the Gigi.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what happened? I saw her from afar. I did not approach Gigi, right? I watched her, I saw her, and in my brain, from instinct, no different between what we want to say, stalking prey or whatever. But I'm not saying in that brain, I wasn't thinking about stalking her to kill her. But you also got play stalking, just like these puppies. They ain't trying to kill each other. They just tussling and playing. Same way you and your playmate. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching you run up and down the court, and I'm going, the point guard, I got the point guard. I'm going to learn his game. I'm going to learn how the point guard do, and I'm going to pursue the point guard. I'm not talking about taking that point guard out, even though these days we see videos of people cussing people out, pulling guns. I got a gun pulled out on me on the basketball court. When I'm not talking about those extremes, I'm talking about you see someone that you're interested in, you like someone, and then you observe that person, and then guess what you do? You find ways to get in their way, right? Mm-hmm. In a respectful, in a cheerful, positive manner, right? So let me define this stuff. That's what I define as chase or pursuit. So I made sure that wherever Gigi went, if I knew she was going to the game on Thursday evening, I made sure I ain't talk to her, I ain't say nothing because I wasn't ready to approach her, right? But I made sure I spoke and I crossed her path. If I did that one time during the game, I was good. Pelt rally. She played basketball. I went to a basketball game, right? Made sure I went to the basketball game. I just want to see Gigi, point guard. I want to see her shoot it up, right? Boom. I was intentional about that. I was pursuing her. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about this in the bushes, stalking, all in your inbox under a different profile and doing it. I'm not talking about that cray stuff. I'm talking about realistic, bike fundamental roots on trying to understand. I learned she liked certain things. She rocked her Nikes when she played basketball, right? Guess what I did? I rocked my Nikes, right? I understood she liked certain people, right? So guess what? One of those people was my cousin, right? I said, hey, cuz, your homegirl, Gigi, who she hollering at? Oh, she's such and such, or she's doing such and such. So first time I got information, I heard she wasn't dating nobody. But when I asked her, she said she dating somebody, right? I had did my homework. I had did my pursuing. I had did my homework, right? I had did my stalking to figure out what is going on, but not that kind of stalking, y'all. Let's get rid of this mindset, man. We're not talking about that kind of stuff. We're talking about good, genuine, clean, fun, love. Getting excited. When the last time you got excited to go to school or go to work or go to a certain store or to a certain place just to see a certain individual? Dog, hey, is such and such here today? No, they'll come in on Saturday. Okay, let me come in on Saturday. Some of us feel like we shouldn't do that. We got young people who say you should not do that. Now, you come in Saturday, and if Gigi said, what are you doing here? I'm very uncomfortable. I don't want you here. Then I don't come anymore. So let's be respectful. I'm not talking about no stalking, but if I come in and I say, hey, Gigi, how you doing? And she says, hey, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Good to see you today. Thank you. Appreciate that. She don't know me from a can of bricks, right? So she's not gonna be like, good to see you. She's apprehensive, right? And I said, well, could you help me with a certain item or something like that? She helped me with a certain item. And I said, I really, really appreciate that. And then she said, well, thank you. I said, you gave me great customer service, And I like your smile, by the way. And then she said, thank you.
It is kind of crude, ain't it?
That's what I'm talking about. And then so I said, I wouldn't mind seeing that smile a couple of more times if I can. I said, no pressure, but, maybe next time you have lunch, maybe I can bring you lunch. You don't have to go nowhere. I can just bring you some lunch to your job. Would you mind? And you say,
shit, I love to eat.
Okay.
Come on with it.
All right. So, if you can, just let me know next time you work and what time you go to lunch. In this day and age, I got a phone. You mind plugging it in right there? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I hit you up. That thing, man, we lost that. We lost that.
Well, come on, EP. EP said the issue with dating now is that people want the attention but don't have a genuine interest. They want the sex, but they don't have a genuine interest.
And see, for
like,
us,
let's keep it real.
Gigi was more aggressive than I was, and I was vulnerable.
You know,
and
I'm fixing to move over for this lightning bolt come down and
see,
take both of us out of here.
See, I wasn't chasing her for the sex. I was like, oh, me? Really? Touch my pearls? Gigi, I didn't know you was
the lies just be rolling off so
Gigi.
easy. That's the thing.
Gigi.
The lies be rolling off real easy. So, Juicy with Jay talking about Eco got game. What's his name? J3G as far as the Gigi, you're gonna have to have a party after this. Oh my God, y'all was showing out on African Dreamer yesterday. I saw y'all. I saw y'all.
And then didn't he come back with
Eco, that's the way it should be, but it's
music.
too crazy out here. I know it's crazy in them streets.
Man,
I know.
It's so different, y'all.
It's
so
very,
different.
very, very different.
And the thing is, you used to get excited just to get a smile.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you used to plan for your outfits. I'm talking about from a boy perspective. I can't talk about from a girl, but when you was a little boy, I'm talking about back in my generation. You used to be like, man, wonder what Gigi's gonna look like this year. I ain't seen her all summer. Man, I can't wait to see Gigi come to the school, right? And then she gonna walk up on the set. I already know she's gonna come up on the set. I'm gonna have my fly gear on. I'm gonna make sure that she gonna come over there to the gym, because she gotta practice. I'm gonna go ahead and be in the gym working out, what have you, you know what I'm saying? Make sure I come through. What happened to the intentional fun stuff? And then guess what? Just imagine Gigi said no to all of this.
To all of this.
All of this.
You know?
I mean,
she had to be crazy.
But man, she said that. You know what I say? Damn, man, I wish we could have made it. But
that's just not the girl.
You move on.
You move on.
You move on. Yeah. You don't want to do this here.
But today,
I'm finna kill myself.
But today, as a woman out here in these streets, you literally be like, okay, let me be careful what I say and how I respond, how I react to these men, because they will literally physically harm you.
You're
because right. I had a cousin that got shot dead for rejecting a guy.
Yeah.
He didn't know her, she didn't know him. Rejected a guy and he shot her dead. Okay? So
But you know, it's been like that for a long time, but it's more of it.
But it's so prevalent now. And then you'll see, and men will literally stand there and video a dude beating a woman. Yeah, they'll video it because they want to be, because that's the times that we're living in. They'll video it because they want to make sure that they get uploaded first. They want to get it to the internet first because everybody just wants to go viral. There's not this mutual, like we had a certain level of respect for
humanity.
Each other. And we did. I remember the day.
Humanity.
I remember the day that we exchanged phone numbers.
Really?
I remember that.
I worked hard for them digits, even though I knew the number.
I remember the day that we exchanged.
That's crazy. Wait a minute, hold on. I knew the number, but I had to get her approval to call her. What happened, y'all? What happened? You know, back in the day, you could look up the telephone number in the phone book.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
We actually, young people, we had phone books.
We had phone books.
Like, they actually took a printing press and actually printed the names, addresses.
All I needed to know was her address and her mama's name. And I could look up her mama's name, and I knew her mother's name, and then look it up, and then find a phone book. But you respect the people's privacy, right? It was a public number, right? And you respect them, because my goal was to earn her trust and respect. It was more than just, I like you, you like me. Let's just be like bunnies. No, I wanted a relationship, right? And when you want a relationship, you got to go in a respectful manner. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you make her feel better than any guy she ever known. That's called homework. That's called training. I knew the scrub. I knew the dude she dated. I knew that cat, right? And this is the thing. I'm over here holding up the wall in the club, and I see this cat in the club, and I said, oh, well, while you here, let me go and pick up this number and make this call. Hey, what you doing, Gigi? I ain't doing nothing. And I'm like this, I already know that because your nigga here. All right, yeah. So, hey, you mind if I just come over? We ain't got to go nowhere. We stand in the yard, you know, let's have a conversation with them. You know what I'm saying?
And Gigi would be like, I am not a cheater. Why would you even call me? Because I am not a cheater.
I just want to be your
never
friend.
Do that.
I just want to be your friend. Hey, if something move forward in that, you know, we can do whatever we need to do.
And now when these dudes be want to be my friend, you don't let them.
Because I understand. Ain't no damn friend here. You know what I'm saying? You know?
My babe.
Yeah.
My babe. Yeah. You can't, your husband don't let you have friends though?
You can have friends. Ain't nothing wrong with friends. But there's level to friendship, right?
Ooh.
There's level. You ain't coming to the house and just kicking it with me and smiling in my face and all that.
Saying, man.
You know, hey, we got all of that, but it's all good. I trust Gigi though now. You know, if a man, I trust you, baby.
Oh, baby,
straight
that's
up.
so sweet.
It took. I'm all wet from the baptism and stuff, but I trust Gigi. And my thing with trust is, it comes to the part where that takes time, right? And when it takes time, because Gigi, y'all gotta understand, Gigi is what? She was kind of like the homie, lover, friend.
Yeah.
She hung dude.
I did. Like, my friends were guys.
She played basketball with dudes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? She when she was in the hall, it was dudes.
Yep.
You know, she connected with dudes.
Yeah.
So
because there was no competition. There was
it was competition. They just didn't. She didn't understand.
They weren't competing with me. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. They were competing against each other, but it's all good.
The females, it was always a competition, but
Yeah.
with the men, they weren't competing against me.
Yeah.
I just got to chill with them, and I got to listen to them when they talking, and I got all the tea.
Yeah.
So I got to listen to them. I got to like have real friends, like real cool friends. And there was never like any underhanded stuff. I have friends males who were friends of mine. We grew up and we never, like, there was never, I don't care how they looked at me because, like, I mean, I was fine. Like, fine.
Still fine
okay?
to me, baby.
I was fine. Okay?
Yeah, you still fine to me, and I'll show it to you. Jeez, we can end this live right now.
But they never treated me like, man, just wait. It was never any, because they knew we were friends, they weren't trying to go there. You know, you'll have a couple stragglers here and there.
I didn't say, no, don't lie on the live.
No, come on now. You know me. You know me.
I know men.
But it was never like my real friends.
Yeah.
They were still my real friends. One of my real friends was actually his cousin, his blood cousin. And Nigel. And we were like this growing up. And we've never, ever had anything between us. No, none of that.
Yeah.
Those were just my real friends. And so it was easier to be friends with guys than it was even today. But I can't have friends today.
You know what?
Because I'm married. I'm married now. I can't have friends like that today. But for relationship's sake, like, it's certain people that you know.
Can I so I don't lose my train of thought?
Okay.
When we were kids, we didn't grow up rich, right? And Jay, you right, Jay. When we were kids, we didn't have a lot, right? We shared clothes with my cousin. When we was over Big Mama house, she had nothing but kids all over there all day long, right? Mm-hmm. We shared food together. We shared clothes together. We even took baths together. It didn't matter whether there was a girl in there, whether there was a boy in there. We all took baths together, right? And I'm taking y'all back. I'm taking y'all back to the room. Okay? Wait a minute.
Oh God. Not that he got to do a skit. Where you going?
Let me lay this and
Oh.
make this plain. I'm talking about back in the days now. Some of y'all are too young to understand this. But we used to go over, like this is summertime. Our summertime wasn't no summer program. We went over to Big Mama house, right? When we went over to Big Mama house, Big Mama was my grandmother's mother, right? We went over her house. And when I say it was her grands and her great grands, we were all over her house, and that's what we did. We played, we did chores, we were on the garden, we did a lot of stuff. She's the one who taught me how to plant. Now, kids, we were kids. The young kids, we ate sometimes off the same watermelon, right? We took chicken, we cut it all up, we ate and shared the chicken off of one plate. Sometimes we ate out of the same pot. And when it's time to take a bath, we all took a bath together. I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. We took a bath together, right? It didn't matter whether it was a girl or a boy. We played, and that water was chocolate when we got out of it, right? We bathed with lye soap, and you may not believe it, but I was damn near white by the time I got out of it, right? But let me share something with you. As we got older, the girls and the boys started separating in baths, right? Why you think Big Mama started separating us as we got older? Why you think Grandmama started separating us as we got older? Because they understood the dynamics of men and women. And whether we want to like it or not, there's men and there's a things in men that can't be changed. There's women and there's things in women that can't be changed, right? So as we got older, they start separating. It's the same thing what Gigi just laid out. When y'all young and everything, y'all grew up in school, y'all had fun and y'all played and y'all did that. But as we got older, things changed. Now as grown folks, it's fine to have a friend, but you need to monitor that. If I got a female friend, I gotta check her. She gotta understand, you do not come before my wife. You do not call me in a disrespectful manner. If you trying to cause dissension between me and my wife, you got to go. If you trying to create any type of friction in my relationship, you got to go. If I'm talking to you more than I'm talking to my wife, you got to go. There's certain conditions where you're going to have to get yourself together and understand that I ain't going nowhere. You can leave, but I'm going to be right here on the porch, sitting right here. Now, I'm barking.
On the post, barking.
Barking.
I ain't going nowhere though.
Well, and what we mean by that, this is my dad right here. My dad said, he used to always say this all the time. He said, I'm just like that old dog on the porch. Just because I see a fine woman or whatever, I might bark, but I ain't going nowhere. I'm sitting right here on the porch. It ain't no difference between somebody walking by in the yard. So that's what just to give y'all the insight when we say we're on the porch barking. That's where that come from. But yeah, October Opal said boundaries. You have to establish a boundary. But it starts going back to my whole conversation. Mm-hmm. You ain't ready for no kind of relationship with no dog, no cat, no nothing if you don't know thyself. How you gonna set a boundary and you adjusting the fence? You don't even know where to put the fence at. Some of y'all got that fence all the way in Georgia and you living in Florida and that's your boundary. You gotta know yourself. You can't say, oh, maybe I shouldn't put it way over there in Georgia. Let me move it around and do this. By the time you grown, you better know yourself. Because it's too much stuff that can just tear up in your life, right?
David said, right, I may bark, but I ain't leaving the yard.
David, your throat ain't so is
Ain't doing nowhere. How you doing, my Renaissance? Not my Renaissance grandma. Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner, how you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Yes, certain lines you do not cross, period. Period. That's why we each other friend. We each other friend. How about that?
J3 has said a scripture. What about leave They're not. They leave and cleave. What about leaving and cleaving? Leaving and cleave. What does that mean? When y'all put it in the chat. What does that mean? Leave and cleave. And it talks about the parent. Now think about this mindset.
Woo.
You're a baby, right?
Wow.
You can't defend for yourself. You can't even feed yourself. You can't even lift your head up. Y'all know how fragile babies are. You can't even warm yourself up, right? You can't even do anything, right? And you sitting here and these people feed you, protect you, nourish you, even give you the clothes off their back, give you the last of their last. They shelter you. They give you medicine when you sick. They warm you up, right? And then it says, leave them, leave them, leave them, leave them, leave them. And we talking about some scrolls out here, some friends out here. Now it said those people you leave and then you cleave. When we got married, we was out of our hometown within 3 to 4 months.
On purpose.
On purpose. What are y'all doing? You know, the family said, what are you doing? You don't know nobody down there. Where y'all going? It's rough down there. It's this, it's that, it's that. Yeah. And guess what we can do? Be there one for each other.
Yeah.
What's up, Miss Cheryl? How you doing?
How you, Cheryl Faulkner?
You know what I'm saying? When you in unfamiliar territory, when you don't know what's around the next corner, you don't know what's going on, right? Right? You gotta depend on each other. Man, my car broke down. Who you gonna call? Not no Ghostbuster. Well, you know, Tom over there, I used to date him back in 1990, such and such, and he owns a tow truck company. I call him since I can't reach Eco, right? No, I'm down here. I ain't got no more money. I gotta reach Eco. Guess what we end up doing? Now look, the next time you need to have your phone on, you need to have this, you need to have that. It comes from growth and development because something could have happened to me. I was broken down on the road, Eco. I need to be accessible to you. It's more than that. I could have been hurt or harmed. And then I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking? But guess what happens? You grow and you develop. Hey, I'm finna go such and such, man. I'll holler back at you. You need something, you let me know. You know how to reach me, do this and that, do this and that. Something come up, boom, we got each other, right? So guess what happens? You build that. You build that thing together. And you keep going through all of those challenges after challenge. And then after a while, y'all depend on each other. Y'all looking out for each other. You defending for each other. And you protecting what y'all built, right? And you don't get impressed with some shiny stuff off to the side.
Sis, I know you watching because you texting me right now. No, this has nothing to do with you. This has nothing at all to do with you.
What's
and
wrong?
It has nothing to do with that either. Okay? Not a thing. All right?
What's up?
This is just us having a conversation. Go ahead. Keep going. Girl with Hudson don't be playing. 2 people that hit the like button. Growing with Hudson. That girl she be on it. She said hit it.
Growing with Hudson, Warren G, regulator.
Hey girl. Hey African Dreamer. How you doing? AI.
TJ.
Is that AI or L? Hello, how you doing? Smoking L, smoking tea, or AI smoking tea. How you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Let me see who came in here that I didn't speak to. Growers and said, hit it, hit that button, hit that like button. Erica Taylor, how you doing? Good to see you, sis. Thank you for coming in. Miss Maria Graham, hello. How you doing? Good to see you. No, this is just the fam vibing today. This is just the fam vibing today. That's all this is. Sometimes it may seem like because we are having certain conversations that have I ever talked about anything? Put your hand up if you've been here for a while. You've been watching the channel for a while. Have I ever said anything that felt like I was talking directly to you? Put your hand up in the chat if that's ever happened to you. Because I know for me, I have been in places, I have been in other people's live streams or their videos, and I'm just like, woo, you talking to me? You driving past my house. I'm just gonna wave at you. I'm gonna wave at you. You driving past my house. Um, no, this is not about anybody. This is not about any content creator. This is not about any, you know, body that we've had any relationships with. This is not any of that stuff. This is us having a conversation on the GG Naturals channel. That's all this is. Has nothing to do with anybody that we know.
Maybe I shouldn't have jumped on your live.
No. It's all good.
Because
it's
this
all
your
good.
crowd now. I'm trying to respect your crowd.
No,
so,
you have been very respectful.
I know over in Eco Nation we do things different. So.
Thank you. This is my Farmers Defense hat. Yes, I am a Farmers Defense affiliate, and you can get the hat or others online using my links if you would like to support my channel. That's that. I have. Ooh, wait. I had to upload a profile pic. Yes. Cause listen,
EP.
Even if your pic could be a false pic, it could be somebody else. We still feel more comfortable as content creators when we see a face. You know, if we just see a letter, we're just like, we'll talk to you and we will have you have not felt pinpointed. Okay. But some people have felt like, hey, I was driving by their house. That's not to mean that you are just like pointed out. It just means that if I have said anything that you can relate to, or something that you may be going through personally, and then I just happen to be talking about that particular subject. No, it's not about you. Some conversations just hit broad without intentions, and that's just all it is. I had to upload a profile picture. I saw that. You got 4 hands up though. Hello, Miss D. How are you doing? Jamaica, hand up. Jamaica, I don't even know you.
Hey, I love y'all. I got again.
He got a slide.
I got a slide out.
But we're gonna bring this to a close. And me and Jamaica don't even know each other. Me and Robin Murphy don't even know each other, other than she been on my channel for a while. She sent me some seeds. Yes, Robin Murphy. I remember the seeds. I still got the seeds. I've been planting some. I planted those Hungarian peppers, the black Hungarian peppers that you sent me. Yes, ma'am. I think that was you. I'm pretty sure it was. David Corey. David Hush. Never met. The only people on this live stream right now that I have ever met in person was Miss Marshall Martin, that I was calling out earlier. Lisa Williams, who I called out earlier. And Juicy with Jay, if you come to Florida again, let me threaten you real quick. Let me go ahead and put the threat out there. Come to Florida again if you want to, and don't holler at GG and Eco and see what happens. Okay? Yes, I'm threatening you. I'm calling you out. That's my caliber. Come to Florida if you want to again, doggone it. And don't holler at us. You coming anywhere near I-10, we going to have some problems next time, okay? Period. Wait a minute. I think I said hello to everybody. But we are going to go ahead. Just know y'all, that I love y'all. I really do. Everything is not going to go in your life and our lives. Everything is not going to go the way we always plan for it to go. And so we have to get to a point where we're just like, okay, let's just keep on moving. Let's just keep on going. Let's just keep on showing the positivity and putting out there great things. And guess what happens? great things come back to us. All right. And is she serious too? I know I miss saying hey to a lot of people. Yeah, y'all been showing love to each other. And that's all this channel is about. It's about us coming together, us chilling with each other, showing love to each other. Just make it, a place where you don't have to worry about somebody dogging you, somebody, um, looking for something negative. This is just this is a positive space. This is a positive community. And typically, if I'm talking about anything, if I'm really talking about you, I'm gonna call your name. Okay? If I'm really talking about you. If I don't call your name, I'm not talking about you. That's just in general in life, okay? So just take that and be like, okay, they ain't called their name, they ain't talking about me. They ain't talking about me. This ain't have nothing to do with me. All right. You too. Great thing comes to great people. Yes, 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 yes. They absolutely do. And when you have a positive energy and you're putting positive energy out there, that doesn't mean that all you're going to get back is positive energy, because like there's all types of energies out there, right? But what you respond to, what you respond to is what matters. It's just like you can't help what you attract. I attract men from different races, from my race, from different races. That doesn't mean I have to respond to all of that. Some of them might be in an AMG Benz. Some of them might be in a 76 Hoopty. It all depends on you. So you aren't necessarily what you attract. You are, though, what you respond to, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? You are what you respond to. You're not necessarily what comes to you. You are what you respond to. Absolutely. All right. So if you want to keep it positive, keep it positive. Make sure that what you do is what you want in your space. Okay. If you just want positive in your space, then be positive. No matter what, just be positive. That's my whole goal in life. That's my goal in raising my children. That's my goal in keeping a husband. That's just my goal, is that if I come to him when he acting crazy, you know, and I come back to him with kindness or with a softness that he is just like, wow, that was so sweet. I'm glad. I'm so sorry that I responded to you that way. I'm so glad I came at you that way. I'm glad, sir, that I responded to you without going off on you, without cussing you, without doing any of the things that might